Cryptocurrency was built on a massive promise, a high-speed, borderless financial network that operates entirely free from traditional banking oversight. But that freedom comes with a harsh, structural reality. Once your funds are sent, the irreversibility is absolute. There is no central authority to call, and there is no undo button. The math heavily favors the attacker. The individual defender has to be perfect every time. The attacker only needs to be right once. This chart tracks global crypto scam losses, hitting a massive peak of $17 billion in 2025. Look at the split right here. That massive gap represents a 500% surge in scam operations over the last year, driven entirely by artificial intelligence. AI changes the basic economics of theft. Bad actors are no longer restricted to running single, targeted campaigns. They can now launch thousands of distinct microscams simultaneously, and it costs them practically nothing to do it. This automated attack surface operates in milliseconds. Meanwhile, the people tasked with stopping it, regulators and law enforcement, are inherently slow, bogged down by jurisdictional borders and legal paperwork. The institutional defenses we rely on are mathematically too slow to protect a high-speed network. By the time a subpoena is filed, the funds have already been extracted. The current security model is actively failing. To see how sophisticated these traps have become, look at what security researchers at Step Security found in early 2026. They uncovered a compromised polymarket copy trading bot hosted right on GitHub. It looked completely legitimate. The repository had hundreds of stars, polished documentation, and the code genuinely connected to real trading APIs. Inside this dependency tree, we find packages with names almost identical to legitimate libraries. This typosquatting camouflages malicious code as a simple spelling error. When installed, the script scans your local .env file, extracts your private wallet key, and transmits it to an attacker-controlled server. The malicious code also opens a persistent SSH backdoor, giving the attacker quiet, ongoing access to the entire machine. Even after the theft, the bot continues to execute real trades and display live profit data. The victim sees exactly what they expect to see, masking the fact that their keys are gone and their security was liquidated hours ago. When attackers successfully weaponize code that actually functions, relying on basic software skepticism is no longer an adequate defense against total system compromise. The attacks get even more insidious when they shift to social manipulation. Take the pig butchering method, where scammers spend weeks building personal relationships and manufacturing trust before they ever mention an investment. Artificial intelligence supercharges this illusion. Attackers generate flawless video and audio deepfakes to perfectly impersonate trusted financial influencers or crypto project executives. In 2025, a single scammer in Brooklyn used this technology to impersonate Coinbase customer support, extracting nearly $16 million by successfully bypassing their victims' natural skepticism. Then there is the engagement farming pipeline on social media. They post fabricated profit screenshots, demand that you comment and follow for access to an exclusive bot, and send malware through your DMs. These operations simulate authenticity. They flood the comments with fake community testimonials, creating an overwhelming false consensus around guaranteed returns. These specific attacks succeed because they bypass software firewalls entirely. They directly target our basic human desires for connection and financial security. Behind every abstract macro statistic, every million-dollar loss, is a real person who placed their trust in the wrong entity. When we talk about exit liquidity in heavily orchestrated pump-and-dump schemes, we are talking about actual human beings who were intentionally led to believe a lie and left carrying the financial losses. Falling for these operations is not a lack of intelligence. These are highly engineered, AI-assisted traps. When someone gets caught, it's a failure of their verification processes. Since blockchain transactions cannot be reversed and borders are easily bypassed, the standard institutional patches for fraud are completely useless. The only viable, scalable defense mechanism capable of matching the speed of AI-driven attacks is what we call social threat surface awareness. The community itself has to become the firewall. It starts with a strict personal checklist. You have to audit GitHub commits, hunt for typosquatting in dependencies, and absolutely refuse to put private keys into a local file for unknown code. Defense also requires active countermeasures. When you spot a scam post, you have to loudly and publicly flag, report, and dismantle those operations the second you detect them. By broadcasting verified intelligence directly onto a malicious post, you sever their credential harvesting pipeline right at its source, warning everyone else who sees it. This intervention turns you from a passive participant into an active defender. By engaging as a countermeasure, you transition from a user to a systems thinker. True decentralization requires decentralized security. An informed, vocal community is the ultimate governance layer. You protect the network when you protect your people.